Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Julie of Julie's Plans, and in today's video I'm going to be planning the week of April 6th through April 12th in my Erin Condren life planner. So let's take a look at last week. It is currently Sunday when I'm filming this. I haven't really filled all of this in. I'm kind of like operating on list pads on the weekend, and then sometimes I'll just copy stuff over just to kind of have my planner week filled out, if you will. So that's how this week is looking. I've just kind of been loving the way, and as you can see, still haven't filled out my April. I'm just kind of like, do I really want to fill out the whole month when I don't know what's happening? But I'm really just liking this setup. I know that I've said that numerous times. I think this was like the week when everything just went to crap. And I just didn't even really fill in my planner. Same with this week. I think it was like the beginning of March. Everything just went downhill, but I'm really liking this sort of setup that I have been using for a few weeks. So regardless of all of the changes that are going on, I think that's just what I'm going to keep doing. It is also Easter week, so I kind of went a little crazy and ordered like everything for kit 218 from Planner Kate. You guys know I typically go like, you know, just a little bit extra on the holidays. So this holiday week was no different. So we do celebrate Easter, and obviously church and things like that will look a little bit different this year. So let me go ahead and get started with the date covers so I can get that part done. Let's see. Okay, yes, I said it was the 6th. I can have the planner sitting right in front of me and I can't even figure out what dates there are. So I kind of had to like make a list of things to talk about because I always lose track, and I feel like there's so many topics that I want to bring up, and then when I'm done filming I'm like, dang it, I forgot to talk about this, or I forgot to talk about that. So first things first, let's talk about hands, right? And like hand washing. Like hand washing is something we have to do like more than ever. Like we should have already been doing it, let's be real. But more than ever, like you have to wash your hands like 100 times a day, it seems like. Am I getting this right? Thursday? Yes, okay. But my hands are taking a beating, like to the point where I think I had polish on my nails last week and it didn't even last like 2 days because the amount of water that, you know, that my hands came into contact with from hand washing, like it was lifting off in just like 2 days. So I just decided to take it all off and just, you know what, we're not going to do anything to the nails at this point because it seems just kind of pointless. But yeah, my hands have been just painful. Like all week long I was having to deal with cuticles that were like cracking and bleeding. But something that I found in my lotion stash, because I don't know about you guys, but I have a massive lotion stash. But I had this stuff from Bath and Body Works from, I don't know, they kind of have it on and off. It's from CO Bigelow. And it is their chapped hands remedy, and I wait until the end of the day to use this just because it is kind of useless if you have to wash your hands every 10 minutes, but this stuff is great. Just like lather your hands in it like right before you go to bed and don't touch anything else. But this stuff has been really great and helpful around my cuticles and just everything because the amount of water we're having to use is just, it's been a little brutal on the hands. So there's something. Obviously you'd have to order online. I don't know about where you're at, but 99% of our stores are closed. We even ordered some candles because we were completely out, and it just, yeah. Candles help the space feel calm, at least in this house. All right, so I'm definitely gonna use this large washi on the bottom. I've just been obsessed with the big, thick washi lately. It just makes decorating the bottom like easy and one step, and I need easy and simple as much as possible, so that's what we're going with. So some things that have changed for us in our area is our shelter in place for this, for the state of Georgia, I should say, not just this area, but for the state of Georgia, went into effect on Friday. I feel like we are so behind the curveball. It is making me extremely nervous. But you know, it is what it is, right? I don't even like that saying, but it truly is what it is. Like, I feel like people have been screaming, you know, from the rooftops, like, we need a shelter in place, we need a shelter in place, but everyone was just like, oh, we don't have cases, we don't have cases. Well, we also haven't been doing enough testing. Anyway, I could go on and on about that, but so yeah, that's what's been going on. And then, so the shelter in place, I think, was also announced on Thursday, and then they officially, I can't remember if it was Thursday or Friday, like, all of the days are just starting to muddle together, but the school year was officially canceled for the whole year. I think it was Thursday or Friday, so it was kind of a sad day here. I know that my son was really sad. He's in his junior year. I can't even imagine what kids are going through in their senior year, but he's in his junior year. They also announced that prom they were not going to reschedule it, just done and over with, which is, again, understandable, but hard for a kid, you know, hard when you're looking through the lens of your kids and how they really can't get this time back. As adults, we can always reschedule things and, you know, shift things in our schedule and our plans, and it's not nearly as big of a deal, but you kind of can't get back your high school years. It's just not the same. At least that's how I'm looking at it. So anyway, so my heart kind of goes out to the kids that are just really having a difficult time with this. They kind of feel like their whole year has been, you know, just kind of taken away from them. So anyway, and I know I've mentioned that before, but I'm just kind of bringing up what's going on here in our area. So it is also spring break here, and what I love is that the school system here is still going to recognize that it is spring break, so they're not going to have schoolwork this week, things like that on their e-learning or distance learning. So I still did want to mark spring break because that's still a thing. So I think I'm going to use this thinner washi and kind of run it across the top, or maybe this one. I'm just loving all of the colors. So I think that that's what we'll do here. I didn't want to cover up the holidays, but we're gonna do it. Let's see. So there's that, and I thought one of these stickers had Easter Sunday. I'm probably imagining it, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and cut that washi. What else? What else has been going on? Like, what else hasn't been going on, actually? Let's see. Oh, okay, so one of the things that I knew I wanted to update you guys on, because a lot of you have asked about my working environment or situation, things like that. I'm just gonna grab this small spring break sticker. That'll cover the whole week. At least I hope that's what it looks like. But so I am now working half days. I'm working in the afternoon. So I am one of two admin people, one of two, I'm sorry if I didn't say that clearly, admin people where I work. So they would pretty much like for one of us to be there at all times. So one of us works in the morning, one works in the afternoon. I honestly don't mind the afternoon, simply because, and I'm going to try to keep planning while I'm talking, simply because Nathan has his online, like, e-learning stuff from 8 to 12 in the morning, so I can be home to, I just lost the sticker. It just went somewhere. There it went. Okay. So his classes are in the morning, and I can kind of keep an eye on him, because whether they're like 7 or 17, I feel like sometimes they need an extra little nudge, or to know that someone's watching them so that they can stay on track, because I think it can be difficult when you're suddenly thrown into, okay, you're like guided through everything, and then next thing you know, you're just expected to do everything on your own. So now I can be home in the morning while he is focusing on class. So that's a little bit of a silver lining. I don't want to come off as everything is like doom and gloom, but you know, just trying to keep everything as real as possible here. I'm going to put my sidebar checklists in. I'm still loving using those, but I'm just not sure this week, because I did grab full boxes from this kit, if I want to continue for this week or just use the decorative full boxes, if that makes sense, because it's a holiday week, even though I'm really not sure what we're going to do. Our kids are older. We don't do baskets anymore. I'm I'm trying to find different creative ways because they do both still live with us. If you have older kids and you have some tips, I would love that. Also, it's a time where I don't feel like going out and shopping for Easter things is a necessity. So I think we might just have to come up with something else, like make a special treat like cake or brownies or cupcakes or something, and work with what we have without going out and doing a bunch of shopping that we don't really need to be doing. I could also order things online, but everything online is kind of like, you just don't know, even Amazon, right? It's no longer 2 day. It's like sometime between now and December. No, I'm totally kidding. A few things that I have ordered have shown up when they were supposed to, which is odd. I don't know. They were not necessarily 2 day shipping, but it was more like 2 to 4 days. So I'm not even going to complain about that. I was honestly just shocked and really appreciate that things weren't taking, 2 months to get here or a month to get here, whatever the projected ship date or arrival date was. So that was really nice, because we do order things like dog food and like dishwashing detergent, things like that from Amazon. And right now it's like, well, we have to kind of think ahead and plan ahead a little bit more, even with like grocery trips and things like that. So there is that. I think across the top here, because we're not even really having these meetings anymore, our whole like meeting schedule has changed, so I'm going to take those off. I think I want to use these full boxes, because I rarely get full boxes nowadays. I'm obsessed with this one, like obsessed. All of them are beautiful, but I definitely want to go ahead and use all of them. So I think I'm going to put this one on Tuesday. I've always felt like when I saw this one, like I really want it to be in the middle somewhere. So we're going to put this one here, and I'm going to figure out, actually it's in a weird, these darn times. And speaking of times, if you saw my live with Erin Condren this past week, she announced that we are getting our half hours back in the hourly, which I am so excited about, because I feel like I've never fully gotten used to not having the half hours in here. It's never been like a huge deal breaker, like, oh my God, I can't use my planner now, but it's always been kind of an adjustment. And when they said that they were bringing them back, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I think I'm gonna just do the more solid ones every other one, and then the rainbow ones every other one. We'll see how it looks. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this full box, like the one with the white in it, for Easter Sunday, so I can put something there. I just don't know what it is. It could be a picture, it could not be a picture. I'm not sure. So there is that. Next up, I do want to add, oh, these were for videos. In case you're new around here, I always put Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those will be my videos. I do know that obviously today's video is this plan with me, but per usual, and a lot of it has to do with things that are shipping to me, I sometimes don't always know what this video is going to be. I did order from the Emily Lay launch this past week, and it already shipped, so it may be that video on Wednesday. But I also know that I will be doing a daily petite planner plan with me on Friday. You guys really seem to like those, and I want to keep posting them regularly, so that's going to go up on Friday. And my pen skipped a little bit. I was only using one of these. Sorry, you guys, I am in a chatty mood. This is what happens when you don't get to talk to people too often. But I started using the Sharpie S Gel pen, and I like to kind of stick to just one at a time, because I do like to give these pens like a true test and let them warm up. I feel like every brand new pen needs some time to warm up. Well, I misplaced that one and had to grab another one out of the box, and this one is not fully warmed up. It's a thing. but it will be okay. All right, so I want to mark HelloFresh coming. Still loving that that service is still running, and I think I'm gonna use the little carrots here for that one. And actually how do I wanna do this? Because normally I put my meals here, but I think we'll just have to avoid times, I guess. We shall see. I think I will do HelloFresh there. I don't have enough half boxes. Let's see. I want to do one for editing here. Actually, let's switch this around. I have something in mind and it's not quite working out. Okay, so HelloFresh delivery there. I might save these half boxes. I'm not sure. Okay, and then my meals I was doing, let's stick to one thing. This is what happens when I hop around too much. So HelloFresh delivery, let's focus on that one. I love these little grocery bags. I think I need to place another order. Actually, maybe I'll do, no, this is fine. We'll do this. I wonder if Once More with Love has HelloFresh type grocery things, like a box with food. Although this little bag looks like a box of food. All right, there's that. Then I'm going to use, let's see, this one for editing on Tuesday, and then one for editing on Thursday. And I'm going to use my script stickers from Planner Kate. Let's see, where did there's too many stickers around me. Let's see. All right, so there's that. And then I'm gonna grab, I think it's Coffee Monsters Co. These, where they're sitting at the computer. Absolutely love these, but I think I'm gonna use, let's go with the yellow ones. Wait, these are Coffee Monsters Co. These are Once More with Love. So we're gonna use the Once More with Love ones to mark editing. All right, so there is that. And then another thing that I have been loving about this new work schedule, I'm trying to find, the silver lining on all things, because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult, is that I can now fit in my workouts in the morning, because to say that I have been unmotivated to work out is a huge understatement, to be quite honest. There's just zero motivation to do that. But when I got my new schedule this week, I was like, you know what? This might be like the blessing in disguise, if there were any way to describe it. So my goal is to just, move my body, because this past week, I've just been kind of in a slump where I was like, nope, not feeling it. I'm just gonna sit here and, stare at my Nintendo Switch and play Animal Crossing for hours at a time, and the next thing you know, I just the funk kept getting worse, and I was like, I've got to switch something up. So I think on Monday through Thursday, I'd really like to focus on that. So I'm gonna put that up here, and then what I've been trying to do is on Thursday really work on our grocery list and see if pickup or delivery is an option. And Friday mornings, before the weekend crowd gets there, on Friday mornings I try to go to the grocery store. So far that has kind of been working out. I did grocery delivery this past week, so Friday night, and I think our order was for about $150 worth of stuff, and only $40 of items were available. So it was one of those things where I was like, I'm thankful that delivery was even an option, but that meant then I had to go out and leave the house, which I've been trying to do as little as possible. So I was trying not to be hard on myself that I was going to leave my house in the first place. And just kind of went down the list of the things that they weren't able to deliver, and I went to a smaller grocery store that we don't normally shop at, but I knew it would be less crowded, and I was able to find every single thing on my list. So it did work out. Yeah, that's that was helpful. But I feel like, again, going back to what I said earlier, it's just more important than ever to plan ahead. Like, look at your supplies, whether it's your meat, your vegetables, things like that, and try to plan out as much as you can. Trying to go to the store last minute or not planning ahead and having to go to the store multiple times, in my personal opinion, is not the answer. It's not safe for you. It's not safe for others. So there's that. So that's really been working. I'm constantly keeping like a running list of the things that we're running low on, and just adding them to the list and seeing when we can get them picked up, delivered. However, I just think we have to be very flexible in our like execution of things at this point. You get so used to things being a certain way and then they're not, and you're just like, your whole world is turned upside down. So it's kind of like you have to be flexible and you have to plan ahead. Okay, and what I didn't plan for was my battery dying, so I just had to stop and fix my battery situation. So anyway, Friday is going to be our grocery day. So at least I hope. Like last week I said it was going to be on Sunday, and that did not happen at all. We tried to make it Friday, it turned into Saturday. Again, just trying to be a little bit more flexible with things. I'm going to get down grocery time. Also, garbage day. What else? Okay, need to put down our meals, and I'm just going to put them at the 7 o'clock time. Which, to be quite honest, that's normally when we're eating. I don't like to eat that late. I prefer if we can eat at 6, but with me working in the afternoon, we're just closer to like 6 o'clock than 7, but sometimes it does get to 7 because I get home from work and even on my little 4-hour shift, I'm drained. So, what else? One of the big things that I have been trying to focus on are some better habits, like eating and drinking tea and journaling. I shared briefly on the live with Erin Condren that I am using this softbound journal for journaling. I don't mind sharing this one page, but I've kind of also gone from just writing to adding in pictures and being very real and raw in here, but also trying to find a delicate balance with seeking the good, which sometimes for me can be very, very difficult. I can become the most pessimistic person on the face of the earth. And it's not a healthy place to stay for a very long time. So I found that using a journal is a great place to just word vomit all of those things. And then I find this balance where I go from 7 pages of anger and frustration to a page of sharing a day full of amazing things, even if we never left the 4 walls of our home. So journaling has definitely been a very, very, very big help. Back to the tea thing, I saw where my friend Lakin was sharing that she was drinking, kind of going through her David's tea that she had, and drinking tea every day as part of one of her goals. And I was like, I absolutely love that, because I still have a lot from the advent calendar from Christmas. The little tea packets that they give you is not just 1 serving. So you end up with more than double of what you got. Some of them, you can even get 3 cups of tea out of, if they're really, really strong and you're just not into strong teas. So it's been a really good chance for me to say, okay, I also want to make that one of my goals, and it will also get me to use the things that I have. So that's been really, really nice. What else? I already talked about morning workouts. Let's see how this week goes. A few of you have asked how I was doing on my Weight Watchers journey. I shared on Instagram that I'm doing Weight Watchers, and to be quite honest, these last 2 weeks, I have not been doing it. I would log on every now and then to log my meals and things like that, but it just got to a point that that was just another thing that I was a little bit stressed out about, and I just didn't want to do it. So I gave myself a break. I want to get back to it this week with tracking all of my meals. Now on the plus side, even though I wasn't doing it the first few weeks that I kind of already started, like my brain was trained on what foods I should kind of, minimize or probably stay away from, and what foods I knew were good for me, and I didn't gain any of the weight back over the last 2 weeks. So that is very, very good. So I'm very, very happy about that. Hopefully this week is not as hectic. Like, I'm scared to even say anything like that, because let's be real, this is a very hectic time, and it could be a very long time before we're out of this season of life, and that's just our reality right now. So speaking of like meal planning and Weight Watchers and things like that, I would love to hear from you down in the comments how your meal planning has shifted, because I kind of need some ideas. We're kind of in a rut, but at the same time, we don't really have very many options. So if you have like a recipe or a link to a recipe or something that you've been trying or loving through this season that we're going through, or some tips on how to meal plan and stay out of a rut, please comment below. I'm sure that other people in the comments would appreciate it as well. Like I've said before, we definitely are all in this together, and we can definitely get through this a little bit easier sticking together. So that is everything for this week's Plan With Me. I feel like this is so colorful and happy, and I really needed this right now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.